Hey, fit friends, it's Lee Swigum with today's Form Friday video. Today we are going to be talking about the tricep extension, more specifically the dumbbell kick or the kickback, okay? So what we're going to really go over is a number of tricep exercises, maybe one of the few times that I'm going to go through a single joint, single muscle exercise, really more isolation. Again, of the tricep. So not typically what we would consider a functional exercise or functional movement. Functional, again, being multiple joints, multiple muscles. So this is really, again, more isolation and really just going to involve extension and flexion of the elbow. There are a number of different ways to do a tricep extension. I'm going to go over a few of those and the common there are the similarities between them. They all really have one thing in common. That's going to be shoulder position and movement of the elbow. All right, just to quickly talk about the tricep. So the tricep, the back of the arm. Now the tricep does connect below the elbow, which is where the extension and flexion of the elbow come into play. The flexion would be because of the biceps. Which also attached below the elbow, but triceps' main function is extending or straightening the arm at the elbow joint, but the triceps does extend beyond the shoulder, okay? So it does extend beyond two joints, the elbow and the shoulder. Therefore, you may feel and get some tricep activity in motions like an overhead pullover, which does, engage a little bit of the tricep, while technically not being a specific or a tricep specific exercise. So I'm not going to necessarily talk about those today. We are going to talk about the ones of extending the elbow or straightening the arm and really getting a flex of that tricep. Okay, so contraction of the tricep, which is extension of the arm. Okay, so a couple different things for that. First off, I'm going to go over the tricep kickback. All right, so taking a dumbbell, main idea of this one is to get the back as parallel to the ground as possible. Here I'm going to lean on one of these handles. You could lean on a box. You could lean on a bench, a dumbbell rack. Heck, you could lean against a wall. You could lean against your knee. Really anything to try to get your back fairly horizontal, okay? Parallel to the floor. The next motion, and this again is where almost every tricep exercise, or tricep isolation exercise has in common, is locking in that shoulder joint. All right, so right now I'm trying to get my arm, the upper part of my arm, in line kind of with my back and parallel to the floor. Now my shoulder, I really want to lock that into place. I'm not moving my shoulder, and in this motion, I want to keep it right where it's at. Now to engage the tricep, I'm simply going to extend and bend the elbow. So straighten, flex that tricep, bend back to 90 degrees. Extend, bend. All right, so if I start doing this and using that shoulder, I'm actually going to start using momentum to really get into a swinging motion, which is going to take away from tricep activity, or at least the use of the muscle. I'm going to be using momentum instead of that muscle. All right, so again, leaning forward, get that arm nice and horizontal, and extend, bend, and extend. Now, to really get a good burn with the tricep kickback, I really flexing, feeling like you're going to flex that tricep when you straighten it out. Really harden up that muscle, squeeze it. You're going to feel a burn with that tricep extension. Okay? Now, to take that a little bit further on what we would call like a tricep pushdown, whether it's done with a cable or a resistance band. I'm going to be using a resistance band here. The motion is really the same. The only thing now is my arm is down to my side, okay? So if I kick back, my arm is here, doing this motion. In a tricep pushdown, my arm is here, but still doing that exact same motion. My shoulder is not swinging. The shoulder is locked into place, and it's 90 degrees with the elbow. So for a pushdown, extension this way. Okay, still flexing that tricep. It is the exact same motion as the kickback, just that my shoulder, instead of being in this position, is in this position, okay? Now, if we talk about a skull crusher, which is laying on your back and extending from the forehead out, a again, a tricep isolation exercise still involves really the exact same motion. All right, so now imagine I'm laying on my back, so the weight is going down this way, and I'm just simply straightening and bending. Again, not a shoulder exercise, or not a shoulder movement involved in the exercise. I'm locking that shoulder in here, 90 degrees at the elbow, extend, extend. Okay, so it's that same motion. No matter what you're doing for tricep isolation, the movement is really the same. Shoulder locked into place, 90 degrees at the elbow, straight. So again, if I'm in this position, just moving the elbow. If I'm in this position, just moving the elbow. Okay? If I'm in this position, just moving the elbow. So again, regardless of the position, it's really the same motion to provide resistance in that tricep. So lock the shoulder, bending at the elbow. Let's take this one step further. I'm going to show you the dip. Okay, so the same motion is involved in the dip. Granted, now we do get a little bit of shoulder movement in here, which does make this a little more of a functional or compound motion, because it does engage some of the chest, the shoulder. So it's actually a little bit better of a motion. You get more involved while still really targeting or isolating the tricep, which is not as much as that motion that we just went through. But you'll see as I do a dip, it involves that same motion. Elbow at 90 degrees, straightening the arm. Now again, there is a little shoulder motion with this one, so I do incorporate a little bit of shoulder and chest into it, but still that same motion to target the triceps. Okay, so there are a number of variations on tricep exercises. Again, to target the back of that arm, get those triceps muscles activated. The main thing for isolation of the tricep is limiting or eliminating shoulder movement and keeping the elbow in tight and straighten, bend, straighten, and bend. Okay? So that is a tricep extension and the dumbbell kickback. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact the gym, North Phoenix Fit Body Boot Camp. You can comment below or private message me also. So again, some tricep work, tighten up the back of those arms, and get some definition in there. So hopefully that helps. Again, thanks for joining me today. You guys have a blessed weekend. See you soon. Peace.